Hi everyone, I have a combination class for you today. So we're going to do a Tabata Superset workout, but before we get to that Tabata work, we're going to start with a quick Pilates flow that is going to focus on activating the core, firing up through the glutes, and we will also mix in a little tricep work because why not? For equipment, we are going to need a light set of hand weights. Each of these is 2 pounds. Do not need to go much heavier than that. If you don't have access to light hand weights, you can use household objects. Cans of soup or beans work, full water bottles work, lacrosse balls, anything for a little added weight. Now, once we do that Pilates flow, we'll then get to our Tabata Superset work. We have 3 different supersets. In each one, I'm going to give you 2 exercises, and you alternate between those 2 exercises using an interval structure of 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of rest for 8 times. In between each superset, I'll give you a minute to recover, and during that time, I'll show you a preview of the upcoming exercises. I'll also have low impact modifications playing on the screen, so if you want to dial down the intensity at any point, once we get to the Tabatas, you can absolutely do that. Class starts with a warm-up, finishes with a cool-down. Let's grab our weights and get into it. So we actually will not need our weights to start, but I will grab them shortly, so just have them kind of one on either side so that they're right there, easy to grab. So I want you to sit down with your feet in front of you, and then I want you to lean back, and we're just going to start by windshield wipering the knees side to side. Just getting a little movement through the hip joint and the spine. You can let the hip lift up so that the knees both touch the floor. Touch the floor. One more to either side. And then coming through center, I want you to sit up tall. I want you to bring your hands to your shins. And on an exhale, I want you to nod the chin and I want you to round forward over those thighs, opening up through your mid-back. And then as you inhale, I just want you to stack the spine up tall. Exhale, round forward over your legs. Inhale it back up. One more. Stack the spine up tall and reach your arms forward without twisting the spine. We're going to alternate tracing a semicircle with the arm, and we just go side to side. So you reach the arm up overhead, you rotate within the shoulder joint, tap it behind you. So when your arms are forward, your palm faces into midline. And then we rotate so that when it faces back, it's also facing into midline. And don't just flip the palm, really think of rotation from rotating from your shoulder joint. One more each side. And now we're going to keep this going, but we're going to add in a lift of the hips and a little twist open. So you're going to circle around, and this time you plant the hand on the mat behind you, push your feet into the floor, lift the hips up, sweeping your other arm overhead. Lower the hips down, back through center, take it over to the other side. And we'll do one more to either side. Final time, and then we're going to grab those weights. Come back through center, and I want you to grab those weights. So we're going to start with our legs together. Knees bent, but not so bent that we're rounded forward, okay? You want to be able to sit up tall and neutral through the lower spine here. Arms are going to reach forward. We're going to start with a half roll back. As you exhale, we're going to engage to the abdominals. You're going to think of rolling your hip bones away from your thighs, coming behind the sitting bones. And then as you inhale, we come back up tall. Exhale, scoop it back. Inhale up. So I'm just maintaining the weights at about shoulder height, arms forward. At any point though, if it gets to be too much for your shoulders, you can always do this with your hands at heart center, elbows bent. So next time we roll and scoot back, I want you to hold behind those sitting bones and staying here. We're engaged to the adductors, legs together. We're just going to lift one arm overhead and then the other, going side to side. So we're staying open through the chest as we do this. Really engage those lower abdominals. Trying to get the arm about in line with our ear, but it may not get up that high, and that is fine. Let's do both arms together now. They reach up and down. So when I do both arms together, I cannot get them as high, and that is okay. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Give me 2 more. Last time. Lower the arms, stack the spine up tall. So we're going to add on to our half roll back to start. Exhale, just like we've been doing, scoop through the lower spine, roll back behind those sitting bones. Stay for an inhale. On your next exhale, connect to the core. Can you lift the feet up so that you are in this kind of V-sit position? Stay for a full breath. And then we're going to lower the heels down and we're going to roll it back up tall again. Exhale, roll it back. Stay for an inhale. Exhale, pick the feet up. Stay for a full breath in and out. And then the heels lower and we roll it back up tall. So I want you to slightly draw your shoulder blades in towards each other just so that we don't round forward. We're going to go through the combo twice more. And this time when you come to that balanced position, you're going to pause here and we're going to go back to lifting and lowering one arm at a time, alternating side to side. If it's too much, doing it in the balanced position, put your heels down. We're going to take it to both arms together, coming up. Again, don't worry if the arm doesn't get as high when we do that. Let's go both arms together. They reach overhead and lower. Maybe it's just up to that diagonal and down. Stay open through the chest, really engage through the core. Now, can you do this but add in a straightening of the legs? So as the arms reach up, the legs kick straight. As the arms lower, the shins bend. Well, the shins aren't bending. The shins come to parallel. Your knees are bending. Almost done with this core work, kind of. We'll come into more tricep work. Let's finish this with a hold. Arms up, legs up. Hold. You're open through the chest. Can you lift your chest, bring it 1 inch closer to your thighs? You're here for 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to bend the knees, bring your feet to the floor. I want you to sit up tall through the spine. And now I want you to bring the elbows in tight to the sides of your body. And now we're going to roll forward over our thighs. Now, if this is uncomfortable for your hips, you can opt to do it in a cross-legged position instead, okay? Now we're rounded forward, but we're not jamming our chin to our chest. So I want you to think length through the spine like you're rounding up and over something. Palms face into midline, really pull those elbows back. Give me a tricep kick back. Straightening through the arms, squeezing into the triceps. We're open across the collarbones. So we're rounded forward from the spine, but we're not rounding forward with our shoulders and collapsing across our chest. So don't just swing the weights. Really think of reaching them long, straight in. There's a little pause when they're straight. You're going to hold those arms straight in 3, 2. Next time you kick the arms back straight, hold them straight and give me a little pulse up. A little pulse up. Reach long and away. Long and away. We're going to come out of this rounded position. We're going to stack the spine up tall, trying to keep the arms straight and keep the weights at a hover so they don't touch the floor. In 4, 3, 2. Next time you lift those weights up, hold. Reach long and straight and then stack your spine up tall. Now try to keep those weights at a hover. We're going to squeeze into midline as if you could clap your hands. We squeeze, we squeeze. We have one final variation. It's a bend and stretch of the elbows. In 3, stay upright. 2, 1, let's go back to the bend stretch. If the weights are hitting the floor, round forward again, okay? Give me just 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I want you to put the weights down by your side. We will need them again, but not right now. Now from this position, I want you to spread out through the hands. I want you to plant them under your shoulders with your fingertips pointing forward. Roll back through the shoulder blades so you're open through the chest, but connect to your rib cage. Now separate your feet so that they are hips distance apart, heels a little farther forward than the knees. Lift the hips up to a 2-inch hover and give me little tricep dips. So the elbows are bending straight back. We don't collapse forward through the shoulders as we do this. We're going to do a combo, 1 tricep dip, one hip lift. So one dip of the elbows, and I'm going to drive your feet into the floor, fire through the glutes, lift the hips up. Stay open through the chest as you do this. One little tricep dip, press it up. If your knees are going out way farther forward than your toes, you need to step your feet out a little bit. I want the knees pretty much right over the heels at the top of this reverse tabletop. Next time up, you're going to hold the hips up. Now from here on an exhale, we are going to march our left knee up. So I'm going to plant down through the right side, exhale, brace to the core, march that left knee up, and then replace it down. Your gaze is forward. March it up, lower down. Try not to lose height through the hips as that knee marches up. 2 more. Next time you march up, you are going to hold and you're going to pulse the hips down a couple inches, up, down, and up. Give me 4 more. 3, 2, 1. Hold at the top, open through the chest, unlock through the elbows, push the hips up higher. 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower the hips all the way down. We're going to grab those weights. Palms face into midline, elbows roll back, exhale, round forward over the thighs, go into your tricep kickbacks. Woo, so we're just gonna repeat that on the other side, and then you are done with this opening Pilates flow. We'll hold with the arms straight, we'll lift and lower those straight arms in 3, 2, hold those arms straight, lower and lift. Lower and lift. We're rounded forward, but don't jam the chin to your chest. We're going to hold the arms straight. We're going to stack the spine up tall. In 4, 3, 2, lift the arms, hold them lifted, stack your spine up tall, squeeze into midline. Like you're trying to clap your hands. We're trying not to let the weights touch the floor. They might just barely hover. I know mine certainly do. You have 1 variation, then we're done with the weights, in this Pilates flow anyway. Bend, stretch. In 3, 2, 1. Bend, stretch. Bend, stretch the elbows. Bend, reach. Bend, reach. If you're hitting the floor, round forward again. Give me 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Weights go down. Spread out through the hands. They go under your shoulders. Arms wrap back so the creases of your elbows point forward. Separate your feet so they're hips distance apart. Lift the hips up to that 2-inch hover. Little tricep dips here. We'll combo this with a lift of the hips. Let's go. 1 tricep dip, reverse tabletop, squeezing the glutes. Gaze is forward at your knees. We're going to hold the hips up. We'll go into that march. Your left foot will stay planted. The right leg will lift and lower. Next time those hips go up, hold. Stamp down through that left side. Exhale, brace the core. Right knee lifts and lowers. Try to keep the hips level to the ceiling as you do this. So take your time. Don't just think of lifting the right foot. Think of pushing down through the left side, pushing up through the hips. 2 more and then you hold. Next time up you hold. Pulse the hips, single leg position, down a couple inches, up a couple inches. Try to unlock through the elbows ever so slightly so you don't hyperextend. Give me 4, 3, 2, hold. Don't flare open through the ribs. Push your hips up. Give me 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet down, hips down. Come forward. Roll out those wrists. I'm going to give you a preview of your first Tabata. All right, time to get our heart rate up. So we're going to have 1 weight in each hand, but you can always do a body weight if you prefer. First exercise is going to be a jumping jack with a cross body punch. So you think about kind of punching in front in line with the opposite shoulder. To keep that low impact, you can step jack instead. Second exercise will keep the punch theme going, but it'll be a squat jump with a cross-body crunch mid-air to keep that low impact air squat, same deal. All right, 20 on, 10 off. Modifications will be playing. Let's go. At any point, if you don't want to use the weights, put them off to the side. Just make a fist with your hand, okay? Jumping jack punches. The punch happens when the feet are wide. Let's go. Rest. All right, squat jump with that punch at the top. Goal of this first Tabata, get that heart rate up. Let's go. You're alternating the punch. Rest. All right, we start at the top. Cross-body jacks, cross-body punches. Let's go. So as I punch, I'm rotating my palm to face the floor. When I pull it in, faces into midline. Whew, rest. Okay, heart rate's starting to elevate. Squat jump with that punch. Let's go. And you're halfway there. Whew. Okay, 4 more push intervals to go. Jumping jacks coming up. Go. Rest. Squat jumps with the punch. Let's go. Rest. Okay, final set. One more time each exercise. Let's go. Rest. Okay, we have 20 seconds left. One more push interval. We got this. Let's go. Make those squat jumps explosive. Oh, and done. Okay, minute to recover. I'm going to show you our second Tabata. We have unilateral work in the second Tabata. So the first set, focus on one side, then we switch to the left, right, left. You're going to have both weights in one hand to start, or you can just do one weight if you want to modify. It's going to be a side lunge to a single leg hop, pressing the weight across and up. To keep that low impact, it would be that side lunge knee drive instead of hopping. Second exercise, we are going to hold the weights overhead. So we have a shoulder endurance challenge. It's going to be a lunge hop, and then it's going to be a front kick, bringing opposite fingertips to tap the foot. Lunge hop, front kick. To keep that one low impact, lunge, pulse, front kick, and instead of kicking, you can do a knee drive, okay? So it would be knee to hand instead of foot to hand. All right, 20 on, 10 off, let's do it. So you can choose between just one weight, or you can use both weights, kind of make an X with them and grab them in the center. We're gonna start with the weights in our right hand so that you're mirroring me. So it'll be a side lunge, reach across, knee drive, hop. Let's go. So both legs work in these two exercises. Rest. So we keep the weights in our right hand. Left foot is forward in our lunge position. Hold those weights overhead. If it's too much holding them overhead, though, you can bring them down to your shoulder. You're going to hop it, kick. Whew, rest. All right, so now we're going to switch the weights over to our left hand. Side lunge, single leg hop. Let's go. Weights reach across and up. When you do that side lunge, think of sending the hips back. Rest. Okay, keep the weights in your left hand. Right foot is forward. Weights overhead if possible. Hold them there. Lunge, hop, kick. So it's the left leg, the back left leg that comes forward and kicks. Woo, all right, just like that, we're halfway there. So the weights go back in our right hand. Let's go. Side lunge, single leg hop. Rest. Okay, keep the weight in your right hand. Weights go overhead. Left foot is forward in the lunge position. Lunge, hop, kick. Woo, okay. Final set. So shift the weights into your left hand. Side lunge, hop. Let's go. Rest. All right, keep the weights in your left hand. Right foot is forward. Weights overhead. Brace through the core. Hop, kick. This is a core stability challenge. Oh, and done. Okay, I'm gonna show you third and final Tabata. All right, final set of exercises. For the first one, weights are optional. You can hold them in your hands. You don't have to though. It's going to be a lunge drop with a little scissor switch at the top and then a jump lunge to switch which foot is in front. Little shuffle, scissor kick, land low, jump lunge, switch. The second, to keep that one low impact, lunge pulse, stand and switch. Lunge pulse, stand and switch. Second exercise, it is going to be a squat drop as you lower the weights down. Weights go overhead as you hop the feet up and in. down low, lifting and lowering those arms. Again, weights are optional, but I would encourage you to use them on that one. To keep that one low impact, you would just step and drop, step and drop. 20 on, 10 off. Final 4 minutes and then we cool down. Let's go. So weights are optional. You can hold them in your hands or you can go without them for this first one. Doesn't matter what foot you start with forward, but we'll start in a little lunge and we'll do that little shuffle, landing back with the same foot in front, then jump lunge switch, okay? If it gets to be too confusing, you can always give me straight jump lunges too. Let's go. Shuffle, land back, switch. On that shuffle, you're light on the balls of your feet. Woo, rest. Okay. Squat drops. Palms facing the midline, arms overhead. Squat. Stop the downward momentum of those weights. Upper body's in control. Rest. Okay. Doesn't matter which foot starts forward. Find that lunge position. Let's go. A little shuffle. Land with the same foot in front. Then jump lunge, switch the front foot. Whew. My legs are already yelling at me. So close to the end of class. Rest. All right, arms overhead at the top. You gotta stay active through your core on this one, okay? So as you drop to the squat, let's go. Don't round forward with your upper body. Also don't excessively arch into the lower back. So gentle brace of that abdominal wall. Whew. All right, we're halfway there. 4 pushes to go. We got this. Lunge position. Doesn't matter what foot is forward. I know those legs are probably talking to you. Come on. Let's do it. Oh, rest. Okay, arms overhead. Palms facing the midline at the top. We drop, bring the weights to chest height. They sweep overhead as we hop up. So you're light on the balls of your feet at the top. You land, full foot is on the ground when you're at the bottom of that squat. Rest. Okay, final set. One more time each exercise. We can do that. We can do that. Find your lunge position. Go. Scissors, switch, jump, lunge. Rest. Oh. Okay. Come on, legs. 20 seconds. You can do 20 more seconds. Let's go. Cool downs on the other side. You got it. Stay open through your chest. Woo! Awesome work. I'll bring you through a quick cool down. We can start just kind of shaking it out. Let's do a side stretch. You can kind of find a wide stance. And one arm goes over, one goes under, side to side. Just kind of shake it out. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. All right, let's do standing quad stretch. Shift your weight into one foot, grab the other foot in your hand, draw the heel to the bum, and then you want to be open through the front of your hip, coming into hip extension. So you can stay active through the glutes, think of dropping the tailbone down, leveling out the pelvis. Release the foot, let's take it over to the other side. So hopefully you feel like you kind of got the best of both worlds. A little low impact but challenging in its own way Pilates into some sweaty HIIT work. Release the foot and let's come down to the mat to finish up. So you can find a half straddle position with one leg long and the other in towards it. And we're going to slide the hand down the shin and we're going to side bend up and over. Your bottom hand can come to the shin or to the foot, whatever works for you. And then we're going to square this off, so you're going to rotate your chest towards the thigh, bringing both hands to the shin or the foot. So we take the emphasis kind of out of the side body and more so into the posterior, the back side of that leg. And let's do the other side, so switch which leg is extended. First, we're going to side body stretch. One arm slides down the shin. Other arm sweeps overhead. Maybe you grab the foot, maybe hand just comes to your thigh or your shin. Then we're going to square it off, chest towards the thigh, both hands to the shin, or maybe you grab your foot. Think of breathing into that mid back. Exhale, melt into the position. Sitting up tall, let's come to a comfortable cross-legged position. We're going to inhale, arms up. Exhale, let it go. And that is your class. Awesome work today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.